Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spiritual Successor, a comedy video game design podcast where we take your lovely ideas from the internets, from YouTube, Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube.
Not official channels.
Fuck you. And we turn those into the next AAA video games. My co-host is...
Me, AJ Hart. I'm the co-host now.
Hello, AJ.
Hi, Blake. Who are you?
Oh, did I not say my name?
You did not say your name, I don't think.
Oh no, I don't exist then. Hi, everybody. My name is Blake Rea. I am one of your co-hosts of this podcast. AJ, it's been a little while. We kind of took the week off to... Actually, we recorded 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we recorded 2 weeks ago, and we took last week off.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, there has been a little bit of news in the gaming world. A little bit of game industry explosion of information.
Are you talking about Sony's cutting-edge 3-month warranty on their new controller?
I am, of course, talking about
that's not gaming news. That's gaming outrage. Admittedly,
I am talking about the new 3-month warranty on the controllers. It's been a hot topic of debate in the gaming scene for years now. You know, how long can I have a controller before I toss this little sucker as hard as I can against the wall and can no longer get that replaced?
Have you ever thrown a controller out of rage?
Nope.
Really? Okay, yeah.
I'm a very good boy. I've deleted rage from my personality scale. I've fractured my entire artificial intelligence into a million little tiny artificial AIs, much like the hit Red vs. Blue series. I found the part of my little AI fragment that was rage, and I deleted that little sucker, and then I put them all back together, and now it's me.
Oh, man.
I've never been mad in my life.
That's where the compilations come out of the podcast of every time you've gotten mad over dumb shit.
No, Sony just did their super cool little E3 announcement video.
Mm-hmm.
And with it, we got to see Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
And that's it, really. Like, we just saw teasers for everything else. So Ratchet and Clank's the only thing that we got some real meat about.
No, we got Horizon
Boy.
Zero Dawn. We got a really sick trailer for that one.
That doesn't count. Trailers don't count.
Why does that? Are you
Welcome
saying
to AJ's controversial video game podcast? You know, it doesn't count because they can't be like, check it out. Check out all the cool stuff we're going to be able to do in PlayStation 5. Trailer. Dog, you could do that before.
AJ, what was the name of the event? It's a PS5 for real trailer. Of course they're going to be talking about, hey, this is what the PS5 can do.
What was the event? No, but like that's what I'm saying. It's like the Horizon reveal did not reveal anything that they're going to be able to do with the PlayStation 5. It was just like a cinematic for a game that, as far as like what they showed, my PlayStation 4 can play that.
Oh, okay. So you were expecting more like, hey, this is what it looks like on PS4. This is what it looks like on PS5. Here's the differences that we're going to lay out for you.
Yeah, I need to see something that makes me think, oh yeah, that seems like a PlayStation 5 experience. And the only game that I got that from was the new Ratchet and Clank.
I mean, what about it? Like everything that it can do, I could also picture. Like here's the thing.
It was the way that it jumped from like so many different like zones and mechanics very seamlessly. Now, granted, yes, we've seen big over the top set pieces like that with video games already.
It does the same thing. I mean, or like what's another like teleportation? Play Portal. Like Portal is like a similar thing, right?
Yeah, but Portal doesn't change the entire scene. You know what I mean? Like it's all generally the same.
I guess
play space that you're in.
But at the same time,
it's the closest I got to anything tangible, Blake. What did you see? What did you see? I
saw something that gave me fucking anxiety. And like every group chat I was in, I was talking on our Spiritual Successor Discord about it. I was talking on our personal like Discord with our friends about it. I hate the lips. Primarily.
Wait, the lips of what?
The PS5 console, like it has those little like those little flail like pieces of plastic. I know you hate that I call them lips, but
I do hate that you call them lips. But I really thought about what to call those little like ledges.
Fins, maybe?
The collar fins is nicer, but lips is correct. They are lips. They are PS5 lips.
You want to kiss those PS5 lips there, boyo?
No,
I don't. But dude, it'll be really nice because that kiss will be ray traced at least, and UHD 4K. Have you ever had a 4K kiss, AJ?
Not yet.
But the lips give me anxiety because the moment I saw them, I'm like, oh fuck, a cable's gonna. a USB-C cable is going to get caught on that, and just one little pole, and there goes $600 of your PS4. And I'm like, ugh, I don't like it. And then like they were showing some videos of like, how is that thing going to lie on its side, like without bending itself?
I saw
Apparently,
a photo. It looks like it can sit on its side. Yeah.
it can, but it has its own little separate platform you have to put underneath it. And I'm like, this is fucking dumb.
You have
and
to
I
give it a
don't
little
like it.
bed.
I don't like it. But to be fair, this isn't the first time a console has been given a platform to like sit properly. Like the Xbox One had its own little platform so you can lay it upright, you know. But like whatever. It's just I find the design very dumb, and I love that immediately after the like literally as the thing was playing, people were already making memes of it. Like
I
one of my favorites was that it was like Seto Kaiba from
I was about
Yu-Gi-Oh.
to say my favorite visual of the PlayStation 5 was somebody put Kaiba's head on top of it because the
'Cause-
collar looks like his collar.
He did have an outfit that looked exactly like that, where it was like a white vest with like a black turtleneck, and it's just so funny. But that's talking
Man,
about
Kaiba really was serving looks back then, huh?
was what?
Serving looks?
Yeah, he was like a lot of the characters from Yu-Gi-Oh were really well designed.
Well, not Yugi, but
Yeah, Yami Yugi was pretty fucky. Are you kidding me?
he has
He's-
that hair that's really horrible and nasty to look at.
Yeah, but a lot of people love like his cool choker look, where he had like the jacket that just had a bunch of belt buckles. Like he looked like he was the Crow.
The belt bucket choker look is very good. You know what? His
Yeah.
outfit was pretty decent. His
Yeah,
hair was
dude.
really the problem.
You didn't like his hair? His hair's cool as hell. He looks like a Shaolin Showdown character. I love it. And realistically, Yu-Gi-Oh with all of its what do they call them? The like his puzzle necklace and like the eye of what's his face? Pegasus's eye.
The something I know what you're talking about, like the magic items.
Yeah, the Egyptian relics or whatever. And honestly, Yu-Gi-Oh is just another version of Shaolin Showdown. A group of kids are collecting old relics that give them powers.
Oh fuck.
They're like the Millennium items, I believe is they're called.
There it is. Yeah, Millennium items. Wow, you're so good. Good pull.
Dude, I loved Yu-Gi-Oh. That was like my favorite thing.
Was there
Yeah.
any video game that you were really excited about from the PlayStation 5 thing though? Because the best I got was Ratchet and Clank.
I am really stoked for Horizon Zero Dawn, primarily because the visuals are really cool. I'm a sucker for like machines that are overgrown, like that post-apocalyptic look where it's like combining vines and
Okay,
flowers
yeah.
with like robots.
Did
Huge
you
fan of that.
Did you play Horizon Zero Dawn 1?
I have not actually. I've only watched Let's Plays of it. I should play it eventually.
It's really good. You should absolutely pick it up.
The thing I loved about that is where like every single character was named after like electronics. Like our main character is like Alloy, right?
Yeah, her
that's
name
so
was
cool.
Aloy, which like was like a spin-off of Alloy. I believe what was her dad's name? Her dad had like a name kind of like that.
Wasn't it like Iron or Iro or something? It was like named after a metal.
I believe it was USB Doug.
I have no... That's a dumb name. AJ, I'm gonna name my kid USB. He'll make it in the world. But talking about cool games and real games is not what we do on this podcast. What we do is we take your lovely ideas from the internet and we turn those into AAA video game titles. AJ,
Do you have a video game for me? I'll let you go first.
I don't have a video game. Well, it's sort of a video game.
What do you got?
This one comes to us from. This is more of just like I guess the future is here, right?
Yeah. PlayStation
Caleb
5 is here in 7 months.
But Caleb retweeted a thing from KFC Gaming. I don't know if you've seen this. Caleb at Busto314 says, make whatever kind of game you think would be exclusive to the KFC console. I don't know if you saw this.
Exclusive to the what?
KFC put out a full-on like trailer reveal, like a whole minute-long thing about a KFC bucket that can play video games. It's not real, but at least as far as I know.
Thank fucking God.
But KFC, dude, their advertisement game, I love them. So it's KFC Gaming says the future of gaming is here, introducing the KFC Hunger hashtag power your hunger. And it's like it's a whole ass trailer, AJ, and I recommend you watch it because
The
it's just so
KFC
fucking dumb.
Hunger is the name of it?
Yes. So
That's a good name for a system.
I want to discuss. We have two options here. Are we just going to come up with our own game right now, or every game we talk about in this episode is our nug for this episode is going to be the launch game of the KFC like console?
You know what? I think it's time that we got onto this sellout system. I think that like thanks to the proof that like the Burger King games existed and they were all very successful. We know that the KFC dating game was very successful. We know that there's
we know
that a gamer's favorite beverage is of course Taco Bell's Baja Blast. So we know that the fast food and gaming industries are already so tied together. Yeah. I do think that it is about time that we go ahead and seal the deal, you know, make this partnership official, make this a marriage. Let's talk about the KFC launch games.
See, I like this idea because you and I have tested the water. We have made some fast food branded games. We had what's it called, Project Slime, which was like I think our first like brand integrated food game, which was with Monster. Then we did Drive Through Your Heart, our collection of. It's a romance novel for basically
exactly. This is a space that we as Spiritual Successor are used to playing, and it makes sense that we would be one of the first party launch titles for the KFC.
I will go out on a limb and say we are the best suited people to make a launch game for a fictitious chicken bucket console game. So I think whatever our nug is,
we need to talk about specs, right?
Yeah. What are the specs on it?
So storage, 2 gallons.
do you think that can carry? Do you think that can carry? Here's the benchmark for me, at least. Do you think 2 gallons can carry all of Destiny 2 and its DLC? Because that's like 100 gigs.
Yeah, so I think like, the real flash drives are getting you can get so much space in little flash drives nowadays. Right?
All of our flash drives, by the way, like the external hard drives for this chicken bucket, are are shaped like chicken. It's just like a piece of chicken with a USB
drive, Blake. They should just put it in the bucket. We're gonna have.
Oh shit! Okay, so like if you want more storage, you just put more chicken in the bucket.
Well, you put more flash drives in the bucket, but then that does mean that you can carry less chicken in it.
Oh shit! Okay,
because
so you're saying you want Switch
part system, part chicken bucket.
Okay, but we're gonna take the throne from Switch, right, on portability.
Oh like, yeah, it's a very portable bucket.
You just pop this bucket in the middle of like a lounge at your college and just start playing games on it
and snacking.
It's fucking snack. See what's gross about that is like the chicken will just stay in there for a long time. So like I think what we should be offering, taking a little page from Stadia, you know, the most successful console of all time, we offer a subscription service. So every month you get resupplied with new chicken. So like on Stadia, where you have to pay like, I don't know, it's like $20 a month where they give you a certain amount of, you know, storage space. We give our users a certain amount of chicken space. But
I propose a more radical idea than mailing chicken to our product. What is the word? Consumers. Thank you. But I suggest this incredibly radical idea. Rather than mailing them chicken, we let them come to our fucking KFC drive-thrus. Blake, what are you talking about?
HA, like, believe it or not, there is like mailing chicken is a very common thing. I don't know if
it's not.
No. Like jokey joke aside, like it is actually a thing. There is a chicken store in the Middle East that is so popular that you can actually get chicken shipped from there by airplane to the United States. And it's I don't remember the name of it, but let me popular chicken. There, I watched a whole documentary on this. Don't ask me why I watched it, but I did.
Okay, so here's what I need to understand. We are offering our gaming bucket. It is, of course, part console, part chicken bucket.
Uh-huh.
Once you have the system, you can pay our subscription, and rather than like Xbox's subscription service where you pay monthly and you get access to all of these video games, you pay our KFC gamer subscription. We send you gamer chicken wings. You cook those in your own home. You put them into the bucket yourself.
Mm-hmm.
This would
So
keep the chicken from being too greasy on your system. You know what? You're right. I was wrong. Because you can pop these chicken wings into the oven. They're oven baked chicky wings. You put those in the bucket. They've been
and
fried. They've
and we
been like
also
baked, not fried.
but
No
also
grease.
think about like all of the crazy like brand integrations we can do with this thing, because like you can order different sauces from like other chicken places, or
What are some
okay.
other features of the system though? Right, like storage,
uh
huge. Right, that's a big
system
selling point.
I was gonna say like system cooling. You know, like there's all computers do this thing where they like brag about like how cool they can keep your system. I want to do the opposite of that and be like, this is the hottest gaming console, like literally temperature wise, the hottest gaming console of all time.
It's going
So
to keep these chicken wings.
hot,
I'm sorry, I keep
yeah,
mixing it up. I don't eat KFC.
what?
It's going to keep these wings so warm and fresh all day
It's gonna
long.
keep
So
fucking
long as you're gaming, your chicky wings will be prepared and ready to chomp.
okay. So we have our console. We've discussed it. It can play UHD chicken or whatever. What instead of ray tracing is chicken tracing.
The
We need to talk.
the
We need to,
controllers also have like a little like pincher on the top so that you can have it hold the chicken wing for you. So you
oh
can have two
god,
hands on the controller and
and
then
you can
bring the
just be
controller
nomming
up to
on
your
one.
mouth and bite a chicken. Take a little bite of it.
Hey AJ,
What?
you want me to pitch you a game for our sweet console?
Yeah, why don't you hit me one with one? Hit me up with a good show opener.
I think I for our chicken console to be successful, we need to really hit the younger crowd. And I feel the younger crowd is all about YouTube and all about memes. So
Mm-hmm.
Fish Harlan actually found out we were doing this chicken console, and they sent us probably the best like launch game I could think of. Fish Harlan at Fish Harlan suggests Kazoo Kid the RPG. So one, AJ, like how every console has a unique startup sound? You know who's going to do our fucking startup sound for this?
Is it the
Mike
Kazoo Kid?
Diva. No, Mike Diva, because he did the Sweet Kazoo Kid like remix. So imagine, because you and I have went and saw Mike Diva live once, and it was like probably one of the greatest concerts I feel I've been to.
Yeah, it
'Cause
was
just
definitely in the
so
top
fucking
5
intense.
concerts.
Watching like every like popular YouTuber I've known, I'm not going to name any, be grinding with their wives and other things was a very weird situation to be in. But that was like the
What a
music.
powerful reminder that we are all human.
True, very true. But like, because he does our startup sequence, and then also talking about Kazoo Kid.
What is the
I
Kazoo
feel,
Kid video game?
I feel because it's an RPG, so there should be classes. One, I think, is the Kazoo Kid, but I think we should take every single musical meme we can think of, and those are our varying classes.
So we
Like,
have Kazoo Kid. We have Slide Whistle Kid. We have Wadamote Kid. Is that
I
the name
think
of those little things?
I have no idea, but we
Where
have
it's
that.
like the little mouth and you squeeze the bottom.
Oh, Omoto. The I know what you're talking about. The thing where it has like the ribbon synthesizer.
Automaton. Yeah.
Automaton. Yeah.
So we have a Automaton Kid, Slide
we
Whistle Kid, Kazoo Kid.
We have the skeleton with the trumpet.
Trumpet Kid, yeah.
I don't know if that skeleton's a kid, but then again, I can't say with certainty because he doesn't have skin.
Just make the skeleton smaller. Boom, Skeleton Kid.
We also have our first ever like 2-person class, because I love classes that actually have 2 characters within that one, like as one playable thing.
Is it Trombone Dad and Oven Kid?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, these are all of our classes. They are all in a party together, right? It's a JRPG. It has like a party system.
Mm-hmm.
You play as all of these kids going out trying to make friends and do good music together.
I think it is similar because they're all memes, and the whole thing of memes is like you want to see how much number like hits you can get on that meme or on that video. So say it's an open world city where you can pick your class and that'll allow you to do certain things. The whole point is to find people who have their phones and maybe get captured doing your meme shit on their phone. So it's like I'm trying to do like you play it, but the RPG thing would mean you'd have to build and you'd have to get access to new things. So maybe we can take like you start out the game, it's an open world, nobody knows who you are.
Well, you'd be leveling up so that you could get like different kazoos and different ovens and different skeletons bones. Different bones for your skeleton kid. And you would be getting little like outfit upgrades for yourself. And if you have a better outfit, then people are more likely to start recording you.
I was thinking it's along the lines of like you combine this RPG thing with I forget the name of the game. It's like media or influencer simulator or YouTuber simulator, where you actually like pick what kind of YouTuber you want to be, and then you slowly grow your studio, or you get people working for you. You get like you try and you have to do little mini games to come up with thumbnails or something like that. What I'm thinking the RPG element is you start off as just the kazoo kid before he was TM the kazoo kid. And it's just him building his like rise to fame and the ultimate. So it's like it's part open because I feel like a lot of our games, because I feel like it truly is like the superior way to do games. And if we're building like the next gen console of the KFC thing, we need to be looking at like next gen games. And I think games that have two games in one are like way cooler.
Yes, of course. Like this is like what the core of the KFC Hunger is, right? Because much like the Switch, the key thing about the Switch is that you can take it wherever you want and then sit down and play it on a TV. The key of the Nintendo DS was that every game used two screens. The key of the bucket is that every game will be excellent for snacking and for playing.
So every game has to have a duality.
Yes, every game will have like two kind of ideas. There's the gamer idea, and then there's the chilling idea. It's still going to be a game, but it can be more relaxed.
I have such a weird idea. Just like
hit me.
I think we should do achievements with our chicken bucket. And here's the thing. Every time you unlock a new achievement, it unlocks a new flavor that you can have shipped with your subscription.
I was going to propose that every time you unlock an achievement, that is one wing that you can get from KFC.
Oh, it's like it prints, like there's a little printer on the side of the bucket that just prints out a coupon, like one free like chicken wing. And then just go into, by the way, actually no, I can't say this because this is a conflict of interest. Oh, whatever. I feel if I'm gonna be in a business joint venture with KFC, I should speak my mind. I think KFC, like the restaurant, is fucking disgusting.
Dude, don't say that. We're gonna lose the deal.
We're their only option, baby. Like nobody else is gonna make a game for the KFC.
Hold on. I'm getting a phone call, Blake. Hello, Colonel Sanders. Yeah, I know he said that. Look, he wasn't serious. I know he wasn't serious though. Like like we do a funny joke podcast, and like sometimes we just say things and the bit gets away from us. I can assure you, Blake holds no disregard for you or your nasty chicken establishment.
Hey, don't call him
like
nasty
in like a cool, fun way, like a fun, flirty, like media influencers grinding with their wives at a concert, kind of nasty. We cool? All right, I'm so sorry, Colonel Sanders. Won't happen again.
Are we on thin ice, or as they say in the business, we're on thin chicken right now?
We are on thin chicken right now. The good news is he said that he's frustrated, but he's not like so frustrated that he's going to sick the younger, hotter Colonel Sanders with his pissed Mountain Dew.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, you don't know about hot Colonel Sanders?
No, I know about hot Colonel Sanders, but I don't know about piss Mountain Dew.
Oh, KFC has like a new Mountain Dew that looks like piss?
I mean, Mountain Dews always look like piss. What are you talking about?
Okay, no, it doesn't. It's green. First of all,
if you're not hydrated enough, you get yellowy green pee. Like that's it.
Look up KFC Mountain Dew because there's just a yellow Mountain Dew now, dude.
Oh God.
See, it looks like piss.
It's peach and honey. Okay.
It sounds. Oh shit! Is that what flavor it is?
Yeah, it's called. Mountain Dew is teaming up with KFC to release Sweet Lightning, a peach and honey flavored soda, available only at the fried chicken chain's U.S. locations. Hey AJ, you want to go get some like KFC, but not like the chicken?
I'm actually very curious about what peach and honey Mountain Dew tastes like.
Dude, I have always loved Mountain Dew's like experimental shit. Like I have never liked basic Mountain Dew, like the green stuff. But I love Mountain Dew Voltage. I love Mountain Dew Code Red. Even that like weird Stripes one they did where it combined 3 different flavors into one amalgamated mess was pretty good. Pitch Black was amazing.
I have a confession about Mountain Dew.
What's up?
For about 4 years, I had not had a Mountain Dew Baja Blast, and I didn't understand what the big hype about it was, because
Mhm.
whenever I got Taco Bell, I just got Pepsi, because their Pepsi hits
Mhm.
different.
Mhm.
But I had a Mountain Dew Baja Blast for the first time in years the other day.
Isn't it fucking great?
Yo, that shit rules
The
hardcore,
shit
though!
is amazing.
I
Okay, so
see why
here's
gamers like it so much. That
so
shit
okay.
rules.
So how about this? So I'm gonna give us another poll. You remember classic TV show Drake and Josh, right?
Of course.
Remember the invention he did where it was like the popcorn bucket that had like the soda at the bottom and like the little like opening for the candy and shit like that, but it was all in one like bucket.
That's what I'm saying. That's the bucket for the Hunger. The Hunger is
So
just like, it is a gaming console on the bottom, and then everything above it is just a bucket for chicken, for snacks.
see, but here's the thing though, and here's the real selling point of this fucking our weird Frankenstein chicken bucket, because it is always the hottest. Like it's the hottest console of all time. We are gonna have the warmest soda of all time.
No,
Because
we can't pour soda into the top of the bucket. It'll ruin the system. I
no,
need to
but
make that clear.
that's why there's the side like little panel that you actually
A cup holder on the side of the bucket.
So instead of like, you know, like you go to Taco Bell or KFC, they have like the Fiesta boxes where it's like a bunch of things and then a soda inside. That's our loot box. That's like your subscription comes with everything you need. It comes with like some Capri Sun packets full of Mountain Dew Baja Blast and Mountain Dew Sweet Lightning, and then all your chicken. So like then each month when you have, oh my god, AJ, we just invented Destiny 2 seasons where it's like you pay for a season. We call it the chicken season or something.
And you get
and then
special Mountain Dew for that season.
And then you earn stuff over the course of the season that you then have access to. And then at the beginning of it, you have to pay for another season and all of your stuff goes down.
So the
like
KFC Hunger is a console with seasons built in.
Yes. It's AJ. Oh my god, you know what we call it? Hold on. I need to get this right. What's KFC's like logo? It's like 11 herbs and spices, right?
Yes.
That's what we call our seasons. The season of 11 herbs and spices is our first season.
Yes.
Oh
yes,
my fucking.
yes.
Okay.
And I love this idea that like then there is like a special Mountain Dew that you can only get like if you have purchased the season. But then like there will be rotating out like wings at KFC that you can only get with the points that you've accumulated from the gaming achievements. So you have to bring in your bucket in, you give your bucket to the person on the other side of the register. They say, "Oh yes, thank you. We'll go scan your bucket." They put it down on a little dock that scans it, and it's like, "Oh, you've earned 11 rosemary chicken wings." So then you get to put the 11 rosemary chicken wings in, and then you take your gaming bucket home and you eat the bucket. You don't eat the bucket. You eat the wings, and you play your games.
Yeah,
Blake,
and you know what's even fucking crazier?
I'm so happy that we finally broke down what the gaming bucket is and how it works. We did completely lose the suggestion. Do you want another video game idea?
Let's talk a little here. How about this? I will feel comfortable if we talk about, because we have the basic game. You pick your musical themed role. You're going around a city to try and get more like videos captured of you. So there's a concert going on. You go and crash it. There is a birthday party going on. You go and crash it. And that will allow you, the XP you get from that will allow you to build your own studio. One last thing I want to discuss, because all of that is not unique to KFC Bucket.
Yeah, that's the base game. We need to find out what the chill part of it is. The part that you can play with one hand while you're using your second hand to eat the wings.
So here's the you know, like how there's two versions of YouTube, right? There's YouTube and then there's YouTube Studio that you can like if you pay, or like YouTube Red. So what if you do a thing where in the game you're like, hey, I want to start making YouTube Red exclusive content. So you pay an in-game season subscription, which gives you access to all of the added stuff. So like now you like are sponsored by KFC. So everything you do that has like a KFC bucket in it, like it's Kazoo Kid, but he's also eating a chicken wing at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So like suddenly your views are like doubled. So if you are part of a like for Destiny 2, if you're part of the season pass.
I need to understand really quick.
Yes.
Are you proposing this as, because my thought when we were going into this was that the idea of like every game has two parts, a game part and then the chill part, like a second part of the game that you can play with one hand. Or is that what you were bringing in, or are you bringing in the idea that every single game has a paid tier to them?
No, I'm thinking for just this specific one has the paid tier. I'm still
Okay.
figuring out. This is experimental tech, so
Yes,
I'm
of
just playing it by
course.
ear. But I do like the idea that the second part of one part of the game can only be cast to be played with one, or
Well,
only needs to be played with one
yeah.
hand.
Might I say,
So
I know what that idea would be for this game if you would be prepared to hear me
I
out.
would love to hear it.
Like you mentioned, like the second half of YouTube has like the YouTube studio where you're just kind of like you can see all of your comments, all of your views and stuff like that. I believe
Mhm.
that the second part of the game that you can play with just one hand is like an idle clicker, I guess, or like an idle manager where like you go into that
Like,
part of the
oh,
thing and you watch your
responding.
views tick up, you see
Yes,
comments come on and you can
you
decide whether
you
or
have
not to
to.
keep the comment or delete the comment.
That's it. So it's like you have one hand is just like a yes no basically. So it's like
Yeah,
respond to comment and then it'll auto generate a comment like, "Hey, thank you, go eat some chicken." Like this like or just like it'll auto like generate things. And then
exactly.
you can also do a thing like send email or like respond to email about an ad or things. So it just becomes like up, down, left, right. Like you only need the right side of the controller. So like
It's like when
the
you clicked the on Pokemon to like play one-handed, like you can just play the whole
yeah.
game with your right hand while you're eating the wing with the left hand.
Oh my god. Okay, cool. So that means we're getting a this game is also going to launch with a we bought out Nintendo. That's how big this console is going to be. And
Yeah.
it's going to launch with a Pokemon game. Oh my god, you dude, the whole region is just like the Colonel's ranch. His ranch is so huge and you're just wandering around fighting chicken monsters.
Dude, it's just the Pokemon Ranch game from the fucking Wii that got
Oh
abandoned, brought
shit.
over into our bucket game or our bucket system.
Wait, the the way
Uh,
we the okay. I want to do another game.
I got a video game for you.
Okay, sweet.
This comes from Mason at Generic Mason on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
Circus theme to turn-based combat.
Oh, interesting. So like you can do classes like what are all of the different things in a circus? You have the strongman,
You
you
have a
have
strongman, you have a beast
the
tamer, you
yeah.
have, of course, like your trapeze artists.
Uh-huh. Also, AJ, if it's really cool, I kind of want to put a futuristic touch on this because I don't know if you saw this, but because like Beast Tamers over like original Beast Tamers were fucked up people. Like they
They
abused the
probably
animals
still
and
are
stuff.
now.
Yeah, but they're doing this thing now. It's at a bunch of circuses where all the animals are actually just holograms and they're like really photorealistic holograms so you can still see the experience of it but without the cost of abusing an animal, which is so fucking cool.
That's so dope.
So what if like that's how this game works? So our it's kind of like a sci-fi looking
So our
circus.
beast tamer isn't like a beast tamer. Our beast tamer is some sort of like support character.
It's a hologram wizard basically that can summon.
Yeah.
It's like they're basically like a druid that can summon animals to their side. So
Yes.
like they have this cool little like watch or something that's like they do a sweet little Power Rangers pose with it, and
We
depending on the pose, summons a different animal.
we also have, of course, like sword swallowers and
Oh fuck.
ballerinas. Are they in circuses? I feel like they are.
AJ, I'm
But
a himbo. I don't know shit about that.
here's my bigger concern. What would a
Uh,
circus be fighting? What would a sci-fi circus be
a
fighting?
carnival. Because what's the difference?
A circus and a carnival?
Yeah.
Well, a circus is just like a show. Like you go in into the big tarp and you watch a show. A carnival is like where all the rides come in, and it's more of
Mhm.
like an event that you would go to and like kind of bask in and
Weird weird
blow more
question.
money, play more games, things like that.
Do so there's a carnival versus an amusement. Wait, what? Hold on. I actually lost my train of thought there. So
So we have a circus,
uh-huh.
and like it's a really strong circus, really powerful circus, really good circus. Who would they
Mhm.
be fighting? Like, who wants
Mhm.
to stop a circus? Who wants the circus to not exist anymore?
Disney, because Disney wants no Disney doesn't want any other amusement parks other than Disney World. So I want to see, I want to see a
Okay,
muscle
here
woman
we go.
getting a bare knuckle boxing match with Mickey Mouse.
So here's what we've created, and
Uh
holy
huh.
shit, this might be something.
Okay.
This is a turn-based combat game where you are playing as a circus in like the semi-distant future, where like it's a sci-fi circus.
Uh huh.
media corporations have ballooned to the point of absolute dystopia,
Uh-huh.
and you're one of the last independent entertainment forms, a circus. And so future
AJ,
Disney is
AJ,
sending in mascots to try to shut you down. You play as a turn-based combat game that is part turn-based combat, part like a
AJ,
tower defense.
AJ, really quickly, I'm gonna get real meta real quick. So this takes place in the distant future, where upon the release of the KFC console, the world changed. So basically, KFC, after releasing the console, suddenly started releasing a subscription service like Netflix, where they create their own content. They basically grow to the size equal to, or maybe a little bit below, what Disney currently is. So it's Disney versus future KFC. So like KFC was like, "Hey, we're like very like like soft family, like they KFC takes over like the what are they called? Like it's
Well,
not the circuit. It's like the thing where the county fair. So like
okay.
KFC launches its own county fair sort of system that turns into it has a circus element to it. So like you can do so
I
then
kind of
that
like the idea though that you're just like a small independent circus against one insurmountable foe that's going to be coming down on this circus at all times. I
well
don't know
how
if I like
but
the idea of our circus being backed by KFC.
but how is this this has got to be an exclusive to our KFC
Oh, it,
bucket.
it, it is a KFC bucket exclusive. Also, it's called the
Mhm.
KFC Hunger. We do need to start getting that
Okay.
leaned up. We need to make sure our branding is tight on this blade.
So how about this then? So they are support characters a KFC chicken cart. Can you do me that? So like
Yes, there will be some.
they throw
Wait,
chicken and heal people.
I'm sorry. Is it not called the KFC Hunger? Because I looked up KFC Hunger and I'm just seeing Hunger Strike information.
It's called uh the KFC console, but there's no. It's just KFC and no second C
Why did I think it was called the Hunger?
because they're using the hashtag Power Your Hunger.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and capitalize that and just like make that decision for them. Then I do like the idea that this system is called the Hunger.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Fuck it.
So yes, of course. Like I think that like our characters will definitely be backed by KFC. I think maybe their favorite food is KFC. There will be branding in the KFC in this game for KFC, much like how there
Yes.
was branding in the Sonic movie for Olive Garden. But I don't want that to affect the narrative that I want to tell.
Okay. So
KFC would never endanger the narrative. We all played the KFC dating romance game, and I'm sure that they didn't cripple the narrative to service their brand. I don't know. I didn't play it. I lied. I told a lie for clout.
there was one scene that actually alarmed the shit out of me. You can die in that game. You can if you eat the Colonel's chicken right out of the gate, you die because it tastes so good. So I don't know. That's kind of like ending the narrative for gain. That's
Yeah,
telling you,
that's true.
hey, our chicken is so good, it'll kill
this
you.
chicken is to die for. Yeah.
This chicken is to die for. So okay, but either way, you're right. We got let's separate ourselves from the chicken for a little bit and go back to this cool circus game. God, I hope this KFC console bit is funny because else this is going to be an hour of just them listening to us talk about something really dumb. Okay,
So what I want is a turn-based combat game where you're like all the characters are different like circus archetype characters, and I like
yes.
the idea that like it's a defense game, so like
Mhm.
mascots will be coming in and you'll have to fight definitely not Mickey Mouse as him and all of his assorted other definitely not Mickey Mouse house party
Mhm.
rock anthemers. What are the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
Okay. Real
So-
question. Do we want this to be cuz like one thing like that I think has been taking off recently is doing games that are based in previous eras. Like one of the big ones right now is games based in 1930s sort of aesthetic. So you have Bendy and the Ink Machine, you have Cuphead.
So
Do we
maybe
want
this is like an old circus that's being
Yeah,
attacked by. Okay.
that's why it's like that's why cuz circuses aren't as big as they used to be. So why not do them in their prime, which I believe was the 1800s to the early 1900s, cuz I know it was right around I think I don't remember. I know circuses started
Uh,
dying down when freak shows started dying down.
okay. Well,
Yeah. So,
yeah, so
that might be kind.
let's like do an old-timey setting for this game. You
Mm-hmm.
operate as a circus and people are trying to come in and harm you. Maybe it's other circuses?
That would be kind of cool. So you're going up against, because each circus has its own like gimmicks. Like some circuses do a lot of motorcycle tricks. Like one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and to this day I have no idea how they did it. They got a guy on a motorcycle on a tightrope, and he rid it across the like 3 story, like 4 or 5 stories up across the tightrope. And
That's crazy.
I have no idea how they did it. It's like, I don't know if there was like, it was on a tube or something.
Dude,
And yeah, I know. It's crazy, right?
the
So
motorcycle was filled with helium.
it had helium in its
Duh.
gas tank. Shit. Okay. But
Tires were
there's
filled
like,
with helium.
so you can do a thing where you're versing an automobile circus that does a lot of like crazy motorcycle stunts. You can do another one that's all about fire. You can do another one that's all about beast taming, or another one that's all about trapeze
And
artists.
as you would beat those characters, maybe there's a chance that you can unlock some of them, right? Like if you're fighting
Oh,
the flamethrower people, and like there's a chance that you might earn one. And I kind of like the
mhm.
idea that maybe it's like a turn-based defense game where
What if
there
you do it?
is
What if you
permadeath.
do? What if you do this sort of thing? Because like, I think it would be kind of cool to do a. This is going to sound really weird, but what if you combined a turn-based tower defense thing where it's like balloons or toy soldiers or something, where you have to set up all of your stuff to defend, but then you can zoom out and it becomes sort of a civilization style thing where it's like you have this big continent and there's like a bunch of other circuses moving about that continent, and you can determine when they're going to attack you, because this comes back to the whole thing of like, we want to create games for the console that are 2 games in one.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
like if you zoom out, it's like a continent strategy thing, because like carnivals tour all the time. So like there are certain areas that are really hot during certain times of the year, right? Like when circuses when it comes to wintertime, they go towards the west coast because it's much warmer, and that's why we have the Ren Fair in like closer to winter,
Hmm.
while eastern places tend to have it closer towards their summer, basically. So
So
what if so it's like you are touring, but if you clash with if you occupy the same area as somebody else, then it becomes the tower defense minigame.
yeah, I like this idea. Um,
So, and then once you beat that carnival, then you get access to everything that they had. So that's where you get the unlockables. That's where you get like the trapeze artists, the flame
So,
eaters and sword
what does
swallowers
the
and stuff.
combat look like? Because I'm imagining something like Darkest Dungeon, but reversed.
How do you mean? Like you just
So
set up your
you would equip like who the show is for the
AJ,
night.
I have it. So it becomes something similar to Let's Fight a Boss, not Let's Fight a Boss. You know that card game where you have to set up your dungeon and there are heroes that will come and fight it?
Yeah,
So you do something like that. It's like you can get kind of a bird's eye view of who's coming to fight you, and then you can set up like, what am I going to put here? What am I going to put here? What am
yeah,
I
yeah,
going to
yeah.
put here?
You put your heroes in in like a
Hmm.
row, right? And then turn
Hmm.
one comes in, and an evil circus person comes in. You decide what
Hmm.
move your beast tamer makes against that person, and
Hmm.
then like that person would also attack the beast tamer back. End of
You know, be,
turn. Next
you know,
turn
be,
goes in. The invader goes one step forward. That puts him
mhm.
into the space of the What would be your next person? Maybe your ringleader is your second up.
How
Your
about
ringleader gets to
how
make a
about
move.
this?
They make a move back.
Because
The
I'd like
invader makes a turn again and
How
moves
about how
forward.
about how about how about this? How about this? Instead of maybe picturing it like a traditional tower defense turn-based thing, because I feel like there's a lot of those. Why don't we try something a little bit different? Why don't we take a thing from Super Mario Maker? So you have the defender has 4 rooms that they can design, and each room will have a different circus act. So then the heroes will have to fight their way through each of these 4 rooms. So like they might, and they have like 4 attack. It's like 4 attackers and 4 rooms, each with their own defender. They will need to pick like the attacker, and maybe we can even do a thing where we like you have to do the reverse of this to invade somebody else's space.
I don't.
So
Here's my concern. Like, I don't want to do like a level maker because the prompt was a turn based
that's
circus
true. That's
combat.
true. That's true. I was getting away from it. Okay, so let's go back to your idea. So what are you thinking?
So I love this idea though that like I want to try to combine tower defense and turn-based combat together. And I think that the way you do that is by making sure that like there is a map that you can place your characters on, but the
Hmm.
invaders are constantly going to be moving forward. Think maybe a good example would be like, did you ever play any of the Fire Emblem games?
No, I have not. But I
Shit.
but I see what you're talking about. They're maneuvering through a space, and then there's certain they can either avoid people or they have to clear out all of the enemies in that one space
Yeah,
to
but
win.
the enemies are always going to be moving forward towards their goal, which is to
Yes.
harm the player or the ringleader or something. And
So
so
how
you
about
can hire on different crew members that can then like reposition and change where they're going to be defending or what way they're going to attack the invaders.
what if you do something like this to where we kind of zoom out a little bit? You're looking down at your circus. At the far or at one far end is your tent. That's your home base. If they destroy that, then your thing is done. On the other side of that is their tent. And then what you guys do is the center field where all the battle takes place is where you can set up all of your booths, like all of like, hey, this is where the trapeze artists are at. This is where the strong people are at. This is where the bikers are at. And then they have to kind of like maneuver through your circus area to get to the other side.
Okay,
S-
yes. I think I see what you mean. So then you can
It's
use like the layout of your circus as like the defense to like force the invaders what route they're going to take, but then
yes,
you can
yes, yes,
also
yes.
move your actual like units, your
Mhm,
actual performers to
mhm.
go on the offensive
And
or
this is all on a grid. So like
yes.
there's like 30 squares between you and the opposing enemy tent that you can then like maybe the beginning of the battle is laying out what your circus looks like for this thing, and then you guys fight. So you have 15 squares to design your circus, and maybe this is something that you designed earlier or something you design right as combat begins. And then you have access to your army and be like, I want to put these guys here, I want to put these guys here. In a weird way, just do it like Warhammer. You have a group of 5 beast tamers as a unit on this side, but then you have 10 trapeze artists on this side, and then you can take turns moving your units around as they fight.
Yes, and then you can even like at a certain point maybe you'll unlock like constructors and their whole thing is like if you put 3 of them into one space you can build a new
Mhm.
um like a
Oh,
new obstacle or a new
how about this? There's 2 different ways to win. One, you get like League of Legends style. You get all the way to the opposing enemy's like base, and you destroy it. Or you cause enough damage to the nearby buildings. So if you destroy 3 buildings, yeah. So if your team can destroy 3 buildings of your opponent's circus, they go out of business, or like maybe say 5,
What if
because they're
there's different objectives that you like when you start an encounter the like it'll be randomized like do you need to get to their tent? Do you need to destroy their things? Do you need to defeat all their
oh that
units?
could that could be
Like there'll
like,
be
yeah, each
different
level is
win
different.
conditions that are different depending on the level.
And there
So
could be a thing like, depending on what unit you have, they have either increased or decreased movement speed. They do more damage. They have more health. Because I'm sure the strong people aren't going to move very fast, but when they get to something they need to destroy, they can do it faster than anybody else.
okay, yes. So what we've kind of developed here is like a I guess like a tiny chessboard. Like we've created like a micro RTS, right? Like
Yes, basically,
rather than
yeah.
like 40-hour like StarCraft games, we've created like short like 10-minute encounters.
And then as like in between encounters, it becomes like this Civ style. Like, your goal is to be the number one circus across America. Let's say that. And then you have to like there are a bunch of places where other people are growing in popularity, so like maybe while you're taking out one, and then maybe this could be like a real-time strategy thing too, where like you're going to go fight this other person, but that gives this other circus an ability to take over this area. So you kind of have to figure out like top level, like, okay, where would my circus best be popular right now and who's opposing me?
So there's the really big, like zoomed out country map RTS where like that's like a faction RTS where you're constantly trying to like gain space, gain power, gain like areas that you have control of. And then you zoom in and it's like a grid-based tactics RTS game.
Yes. I feel like that's in line with the
RTS
original.
isn't the right word. That one would be like a turn-based tactics game. But maybe when you zoom out, it is RTS.
But I feel like this is in line with the original submission, right?
Yes, I do. I think so too.
Okay, so do we want to discuss how the chicken gets involved in this? Or actually, no, we already have it.
When it's a turn-based game on the zoom in tactics mode, because it's turn-based, that gives you the luxury of being able to play that with one hand while you eat your chicken. And then when you zoom out and you're doing the country-based one, I imagine it would be, because it's like that one, I think you need both hands for, because there's more menus. Yeah. More things to kind of decide on like,
actually, I think
are you going to send groups?
I think it would be the opposite, because like you just need like, I want my troops or my circus to go to this location. You just need the right thumbstick and the A button. I feel like you need to use both hands for designing your circus. So
okay, that's fair.
There's more like your left stick is like all your menus and your right stick is like where your cursor and like select buttons and stuff are.
Gotcha.
So
yeah.
And honestly, that's better, because like I feel like the chillax area would be like when you're zoomed out.
You're like trying to decide what you're going to do next for the game.
I need some thinking food, so I'm gonna eat this lovely chicken.
This would also be the menu where you start going through and upgrading your acts, upgrading different performers, upgrading your health, maybe. All of the RPG mind thinking would be in this zoomed out menu that you could use with one hand.
Hey AJ,
yeah,
I don't know how, but we're like almost at the 55-minute mark.
I don't know if we have a nugget is my thing, because I feel like this episode took a focused direction, you know?
I mean, we could also just market this, instead of having a nug, all of these games are like our launch games.
I like that idea.
So it'd be just like I can build like a piece of art where it's like the KFC or sorry, correct me, I'm sorry, where it's the hunger and like surrounding it are all of the different nugs we've made. And these are all of our different chicken nuggets, AJ. The nugs are chicken this week. So maybe we can discuss, why don't we discuss some bosses, and we can figure out what games they apply to, because I think we've each discussed 2 games, right? So we have the Kazoo Kid RPG. We have, oh my god, I think we only discussed 2 games with our KFC.
We only discussed 2 games, but you know what? That's to be expected. We're in progressive times, right? I mean, like, hey, we opened up the show by talking about how Sony for their next console only talked about 1 game. So honestly, we beat the competitors.
No, actually, they talked about 1.5 games, thank you, because they are launching the DLC for Spider-Man.
They didn't talk about that game.
Well, I mean, but it's still a game. It's still a game that's coming out.
They said it exists. That does not... Look,
are you implying a game does not exist until there is a trailer? Because that's really good method. Until there's like a tech demo of it.
Yes.
Actually, no tech demos come before like actual trailers.
We need to see
gameplay
before
a game
we
doesn't
can
exist.
say like whether or not the game exists.
Also, okay.
Also,
so like not a cutscene, because cutscenes don't actually. There's no mechanics there. It's just a fancy movie.
I'm going to say this. We've talked actual game design and level planning for 2 games, which is 2 times infinitely more than we have for Horizon Forbidden West. Here, I can tell you everything they said about the gameplay and what they're thinking Horizon Forbidden West is going to have. There's bad guys and you go to the west? What the fuck? Like, that's in the title, though.
Okay. All right. You've sold me. All right. Let's discuss some bosses.
Let's look at some bosses.
For those that don't know, on our Patreon, we do a thing where you can join our Discord and pitch us some boss battle ideas that we introduce into every episode. So
all right. Hey, I got to hear a submission here from Elise, ancient meme archaeologist on our Discord.
All right, pitch it to me.
You know those like trombone and trumpet warriors?
Oh my god, I'm looking at it. Holy crap.
It's
oh my
very
god,
hard
how
to
is
put
that?
Into words. It looks like a guy has taken, I think that's a French horn, and disassembled it and put it all over his body to create a very radical brass suit of armor.
And he looks like a Bloodborne character. So are you saying we're got one in our? Are you saying in our circuit? Is it? Oh wait, actually,
This is an enemy for our Kazoo Kid video game.
oh,
This is like a late game Kazoo Kid situation, because eventually you're going to reach a character that looks like this, and the question becomes, how do you steal his limelight? How do you present yourself in a way that would make a passerby more interested in you? A
Oh
kid
my
with a
God.
slide whistle, more interesting than this behemoth of a brass warrior.
I have two suggestions here, if you don't mind. I think it would be so fucking funny. One of my favorite things that some games do is just like for one level or one interaction, the mechanics of the game are nothing like the rest of the game. So what if you do a thing where it's like this person comes to town, our trumpet boss, and they make such a ruckus and such a thing nobody's making views right now. So you need to go on a quest where you are finding pieces of armor that are just instruments to take on this enemy. So it's like, oh, you need to go perform this in this area because this old granny will give you a piece of a saxophone that you can put on your face. And then after you collect all of your armor, you go and approach this person. It just becomes a Dark Souls like match.
Well, would it be a Dark Souls match, or would it be? My thought was like more Guitar Hero-esque, where you have to like do quick times to play your instrument better than this guy.
I mean,
and maybe that's what all the boss fights look like in the Kazoo Kid video game. We never got around to what the actual gameplay loop was.
I'm down to do that for regular bosses. I think this boss is like special.
Okay, that's fair.
It fights like a Bloodborne thing where it's like it's just insanely hard. You have to like, instead of like you take the blood vials, you just have to oh god, what is like the healing? Like you do like a little kazoo drop, like a doo on it, and then that takes like a couple of seconds to do, and then you cheer yourself up basically. Okay. All right, this one comes to us from Pedro Skelly. I apologize, I butchered your name. I normally just call you Skelly. It is a person in a wolf costume, I believe, next to Billie Eilish. And this person is wearing a Mega Man outfit. So it's
not Billie Eilish. That's somebody wearing a fucking Link Breath of the Wild cosplay.
Wait. Oh my god, you're so right. I thought that was Billie Eilish
sitting behind them, dude. What are you talking about?
They posted that image twice, and somebody said,
I can see
Andrew David is
behind them.
Yeah, you're so right. I know, it looks like Billie Eilish, the hair. And also Andrew David said, yes, my favorite game, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and Billie Eilish at the 2020 Summer Games, done quick games. So all right, here we go. So it's like, oh my god, AJ, this is a world that's
a convention.
The circus is going up against another circus, but it's a convention. So like, and conventions are just circuses, right?
Yeah,
it's a bunch of people dressed up, eating food and yelling at one another.
That is basically a circus and a convention. Yeah.
Oh my god, that totally is.
And what I love about this idea is like this could be like a convention level where your circus goes up against a convention, but what that means is that like every unit on the field is special, and every unit would have like a special condition that they could do.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, but this takes place in the 1930s, so maybe
there's like a secret boss then.
It could be a secret boss, because like maybe somewhere in America you notice like there's like a little ripple where you can like hear gas from that that anime song, or sorry, a one that's a little bit more applicable, Running in the 90s. You just hear like a faint song coming from some ripple in time, and then you go there, and then it becomes a convention level.
This secret boss would be triggered by, of course, like it's an old-timey game, so eventually you would find Nikola Tesla. If you save Nikola Tesla in 3 different levels, you can start a communication with him, and if you pick the right dialogue options during the 3rd story chapter, he'll talk about how he's experimenting with some time travel.
God, AJ, your brain is so wrinkly and your meat is so huge.
If you come back to him during chapter 11, he'll talk about the progress that he's made with his time traveling thing. You can then take on the secret boss.
Oh my god, I love that.
It's only available in New Game Plus.
Oh shit. Okay, so that's you got to pay for your chicken subscription to get that, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. That's a game, dude. Those are our launch titles.
More importantly than a game, Blake, that's a system.
That's a system. We launched 2 games and a system, and we're gonna make a good shit ton of money.
I hope I enjoyed the KFC Hunger.
The Hunger. This is so dumb. All right, are we ready to go to Are we ready to go to patch notes?
Yeah, let's go to patch notes.
Future one.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to patch notes. I hope you've all enjoyed this video, but now it's time to get a little bit serious, because shit in
Yeah.
America is still whack as all hell. So we want to go ahead and plug some things this week that we think really need some more attention. These are going to be links that we're going to put in our episode description, and these are also going to be things that we tweet about over the course of the week.
Mhm.
The first link that I want to kind of talk about is the Homeless Black Trans Women Fund. This is a fund that's going to help home and house women that are on the streets right now having to, take care of themselves, and they're not really being looked after by a lot of people. So this fund is here to help them.
Yeah, I think it's a good cause. The one I want to bring this week is a little bit game related. For people who play D&D and stuff, there's this company called Dwarven Forge where they build like these really, really well-made dungeon layout tiles and stuff like that. But they got together with like 10 other gaming companies like Dice Selling or Nord Games or a bunch of other things, and they're doing this big charity on GoFundMe there's like a bunch of things, so I can't go into crazy detail, but the Bale Project, #SayYourName, and the Color of Change. And if you go and you just make any sort of donation on that GoFundMe, you're entered into this cool little contest where you have a chance to win some dice or some tiles from Dwarven Forge or some cards from Nord Games. And I think it's a really, really, it's a company I really respect, and I think what they're doing is really, really cool. So we'll have these links in the description below, and we will definitely be sharing them on Twitter sometime this week.
Thank you all so much for listening. I hope that you've enjoyed this podcast, and it's important to make sure that during this time we don't stop fighting. COVID's been a huge life changer for a lot of people, and with that comes the opportunity to come out of things in a much different way and in a much better way.
Yeah.
So let's keep fighting.
All right, everybody. We hope you have a safe week out there.
This has been Spiritual Successor. Our intro and outro music is Cheap Shot by Animonaguchi, and these are cool games
that should not be made.